past few weeks, we've been going over the fruit of the Spirit. We've already covered love, joy, peace, and last week, we learned that lasting peace only comes from a right relationship with God. This week, we'll be going over patience. Can you think of a time when maybe you needed more patience?
Is it my turn? Is it my turn, Messiah?
So what is patience? Is patience just sitting around and waiting? The word patience comes from two words that mean long suffering. This means that we don't quickly become irritated, frustrated, or even destructive when things don't go our way. Another way to think about patience is having endurance or being slow to anger. Having patience means we can wait with a happy heart. Patience isn't just waiting and being passive, it's actually active. In Hebrews 12, 1 through 2, it says, "Let us run with endurance," or patience, "the race that is set before us, looking to Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith." Here, running the race means living out our lives as believers. As Christians, we can run patiently and overcome frustrating situations, which leads to our next point. So why do we need patience? Sin has affected all areas of our life, and this means it affects our attitudes, relationships, and the world around us. The world is not how it should be, and as a result, people's behavior or circumstances will let us down. Sometimes people, even our family and our friends, will frustrate us. You know, this makes me think of that one time I wasn't very patient. All right, Jacob, I think what we're going to do is we're going to get together. Let's practice the song, and I think it could be a really good encouragement. I think the words are really good. If we nail it, I think it'll be great.
Yep.
You ready? Let's do it.
God is so good. Yes, He is. God is so good. Oh, yes, He is. God is so good. He's so good.
What? Wait a minute. Hey, let's just, can we hold it there first? That was an example of not being patient. It's not if, but when difficult situations or circumstances frustrate us, how should we respond? It might be helpful to think about someone in your life who's been patient with you. Can you think of anybody? Maybe you're doing something that's really frustrating, but this other person never gets irritated. This type of person that I usually think about are good teachers or coaches. You see, learning something new, maybe a subject or a skill, can be difficult sometimes. In the Bible, Joseph was someone who had every right to be upset, but wasn't bitter or angry after everything that happened to him. See, his brothers sold him into slavery. He was falsely accused and sent to jail, only to eventually be second only to Pharaoh. Eventually, when Joseph's brother came to Egypt during the famine, Joseph's response in Genesis 50 verse 20 shows why he didn't need to be bitter. This is what it says, "As for you, you meant evil against me, but God meant it for good, that many people should be kept alive today." Patience is trusting God with difficult people or circumstances because God's plan is always best, even if we don't understand them right away. You see, Joseph knew this and wasn't angry or destructive towards his brothers. Okay, all right. I know that was an extreme example, but let's think about how we can be more patient this week. What if your brother or sister is using something that you want? This might be the TV, a tablet, or playing games. How can you patiently wait for your turn. Maybe it isn't time for a tablet at all. Can you be happy doing something else instead of asking your parents over and over again? Are you playing a sport right now? Maybe it's football, basketball, or baseball, and you want more playing time. But how can we wait with joy? We know that God is in control and loves us enough to send Jesus to help us with our greatest need by dying on the cross for our sin. When life doesn't go according to plan, we can ask the Spirit to allow patience to produce faith and hope in our lives.